Hey YouTube, I'm Jess. Welcome to a new video. In today's video, I'm going to be creating this makeup look right here. One of my favorite celebrity makeup artists, his name is Hung Van Gogh, recently created a YouTube channel and he's been uploading videos every week, and I thought I would follow one of his tutorials for today's video, and this is the look that we created. If you guys like this look, make sure you give this video a thumbs up so that more people can see it too, and let's get into the video.
Okay, so I have not watched this video yet, so we're gonna watch it together. I'm gonna watch it with you for the first time. I'm hoping we do foundation first because I picked at my skin this morning for no reason.
Hey guys, this is Hung Van Gogh. Welcome to my YouTube channel. I usually apply the lip balm first, let it sit while I'm working on the makeup. Then I apply the lip balm again before I use my lipstick.
I don't have lip balm, so we're gonna skip it.
I'm using.
I also already did my skincare, so I'm just gonna skip through the skincare.
The foundation I'm using today is a cushion foundation from Untitled. It comes with a pad like this, so if you use yourself, you can use the pad. But because I use on the model, so I took some out already and I use my sponge.
Okay, so he's using a cushion foundation, which I do not own any cushion foundations. So I'm just gonna go ahead and go in with my Charlotte Tilbury Magic Foundation. I'm just gonna mix a couple of colors together. And he is applying the foundation with a sponge. Hung is one of my favorite celebrity makeup artists. He is Canadian. I think I'll have to double check, but I think he's originally from Vietnam. He moved to Calgary, so he's actually from Calgary, which is like so cool that he came from such a non-glamorous place and became such a glamorous person. Just like goes to show that it doesn't matter where you're from or where you grow up. You can get wherever you want to go. One of my favorite things about Hung's makeup is the way he does eyeliner. I'll put in a couple of pictures for you guys to see, but his eyeliner is always just so black and like he does these unique shapes and it's just, I love it. I'm very envious of the way he does liner.
Concealer I'm using is a stick concealer, also from Untitled. It's definitely one of my favorite concealer.
So this Clé de Peau concealer that he's using is like an iconic cult concealer. It's so expensive. I'm gonna put the price on the screen here so you guys can see how much it costs, but we sold it, we sold Clé de Peau when I worked at Holtz, and yeah, the concealer was like their #1 selling product. It's just like a cult classic and it's extremely full coverage, and it's a stick concealer, so it's like creamy as opposed to liquidy. Definitely not my personal favorite formula. I find concealer like that really difficult to work with. I'm gonna see if he uses it under the eyes here, I'm not sure, but I'm gonna use the most full coverage concealer that I have, which is the Too Faced Born This Way.
In the higher price point, but it does last you a long time.
Yeah, so he's talking about the price point.
Under the eye.
And he's just tapping it in with his
Around
finger.
the nose.
So let me do that too.
And around the mouth. Juju have like literally perfect complexions. I don't think she needs much at all. I'm using a smaller sponge and just blend the concealer out. You can use the same sponge that you use from the foundation if you don't want to waste another sponge. The look I'm doing is very sculpted, so I'm gonna contour Juju face a little bit.
He's using a cream contour, which is fun. He's applying it to her cheekbones, underneath her jaw, and on her temple. A little bit down the sides of her nose. So I'm gonna use the Charlotte Tilbury Hollywood Contour one. This is in the shade Light Medium. Ugh, it sucks so bad because I was literally picking over here right where I'm gonna put the cream contour. And then that's just gonna move all the concealer. So I'm gonna try and avoid that. Let's see what happens. Don't pick your face, people. And he's buffing it in using a double-ended brush that looks really similar to this one. So I think his is maybe the It Cosmetics one. I'm gonna use this one from Charlotte Tilbury. This is the Hollywood Complexion Brush. He's using the bigger side and buffing out that cream bronzer.
And make sure the face is really well blended. Unless you're aesthetic, you want to see really defined contour. But for me, even I want to do very sculpted look, I still want everything to blend together. I don't like every harsh line where the cheek and the jaw, for me, it's not very attractive. So I always blend it together.
So it looks like he's using a Chanel loose powder to set her face. So I'm going to use my Charlotte Tilbury loose powder. This is the Genius Magic powder. And he's using his on a big fluffy brush. And he says he wants the look to be quite matte. And he's dusting through the T-zone and underneath the eyes. So I'm going to go ahead with this NARS brush right here and start with my forehead, underneath the eyes, and then the chin.
For eyebrow, Choo Choo eyebrow, pretty straight naturally, but I think I'm gonna give her a little arch. What I'm gonna do, I'm use two different color. I'm use the soft brown pencil first from the inner part, and then I'm gonna use a medium brown on the outer part. For the inner part, I use the pencil and go against the natural growth of the hair. And I know the eyebrow might look pretty dark after I do it, but because we haven't had any eye or makeup or anything, once everything together, I think it can look very beautiful. And now I use the medium brow pencil just for the outer part. I just make it a little more arch. Everything should be very soft-handed, because that way the eyebrow will look very soft as well. I think when you draw so harsh on the skin, it will give you really harsh line. And you can use a spoolie, just brush the hair, and back and forth, and check the shape. And do the same on the other eyebrow. For the very front, you can also use a little marker to create.
So I only have one color of brow pencil. I don't own two. So I'm just using one, but I did use his technique of going against the hair at the front of the brow. Can we just look at my eyebrows? Like literally, I felt like I hardly did anything differently and my brows look so good. Okay. Holy crap. Okay. He's also going in with a little like brow pen at the front of the brows, which I don't own, but I've been planning to buy. I just love the look of those brow pens on other people. So I'm going to pick one up. I think I'm going to get the one from Glossier, but I don't have one yet. So we're gonna just skip this part. So he's priming her eyelids for eyeshadow now. He says he's using a longwear eyeshadow. I'm going to just use my Laura Mercier eyeshadow primer. So this is something that I see Hung do a lot, is you start his eyeshadow looks with a kohl eyeliner. So let's see what he does
to create
here.
a little depth on the lash line. So what I'm going to do, I'm just use like a taupey color pencil and just do a thick line all along the lash line. This one is not a long wear pencil, so you do have time to blend them. If you do use a long wear pencil, make sure you blend really fast, because one they set. you can't really blend anymore. And choo eye shape, they don't really have like a heavy crease right here. So I think it's nicer to do a lot of depth on the lash line and fade the shadow out.
So that's something that I really like to do myself on that type of eye shape, is just have that depth right against the lash line and then just fade it as I go up towards the crease. I don't have the same eye shape as the model, but I'm gonna go ahead and just copy what he's doing anyways. And the eyeliner that I'm using is from MAC. This is in the color Phone Number. Mine I think is a little more gray, has a little more taupe.
I think it's important to step back and look, see how much darker you want and how much depth. So for me, I just look back. I want a little more depth on the lash line and the outer corner. So that's why I just add more pencil and again, blend it out. I'm doing the same on the other side.
So this side is definitely a lot darker than this side. So I'm just gonna come back in here and just deepen this one up a bit. I think it was maybe Johnny who taught me about doing eyeshadow for this eye shape. Maybe it was Nikki, but I have a feeling it was Johnny, with the depth at the lashes and then fading upwards. And I still do it to this day. So Johnny, if you're watching this video, you taught me a lot actually in that short little time that we worked together.
You can see I just add in and then I use the smudging brush and just blend it out. Using the same pencil color, you can do a little bit on the waterline. I wouldn't want to use a darker color. I know sometimes it's nice, but for the eyes a little smaller, I try to avoid it because sometimes it does close the eye even more. I'm gonna use this color right here, and right here. The first color I'm gonna use is to create a lot of depth on the lash line. And the second color, just to use to blend it out. And the third color, just along the brow bone. Same way.
So I feel like my Sophisticate palette from Charlotte Tilbury will do really well for this. So this is the Sophisticate palette from Charlotte Tilbury. So I feel like the 3 shades in here are really similar to the ones he's using. So this one, and this one. Those are the 3 he sort of just pointed out to us. So I'm gonna use those 3 from this palette here. I just pulled this out of my kit to use for this video because these are very popular shades for doing makeup, and I never wear colors like this myself. I like a little bit more than what's happening here, but this is such a popular palette, so I just keep it in my kit.
I'm using the same blending brush that I used with the pencil earlier to apply the darkest color. I just press the color in and blend it out. I usually do my base first because I have a hard time to do the eye first and foundation after. But if you feel more comfortable, do the eye first, the foundation after, you can. But for me, I might have a little fall out. I just clean it off after. For the second color, I'm using the bigger brush and I just basically blend out the edges and just apply a little more shadow on the higher part of the crease. You can use the finger and just blend it out a little more. Me, same brush, I do a little bit on the lower lash line. Using the same brush, or you can use a different one, use a third color, just a little bit on the brow bone area. So the whole idea is I'm trying to do this graduation from dark
So I think he actually put that darker color on the lower lash line too, and I missed it. So let me just do that here real quick. And then he's smoking it out with that second darkest one. Hung's always sweeping eyeshadow like this. And then he's taking the lightest color in the palette.
Dark to light. That's how you're gonna do it. You don't have to use the same brush, you can use a different color. But I think because the whole idea to blend everything together, it's okay to have a little leftover shadow from the previous color. And I use the same color, just a little bit on the corner of the eye here as well. And blend everything out. And I know you might have to clean up this part, or you can put a little concealer again after. What I'm doing now is I use a little concealer just to clean up a little bit and cover under eye circle there.
He's just got a little concealer brush and he's going back in with his concealer on his brush. And he's just cleaning up that under eye area because we just want to, I guess, make things look a little neater.
Always curl the lashes before mascara. I decide to do a little strip lash on tutu, but it's pretty very natural one. So I'm going to do it off camera and I come right back. I do fall lashes off the camera.
So looks like he's doing the lashes before mascara. So let me just go ahead and do that. He's doing his off camera, so I will as well. Okay, lashes are on.
And after that, I apply a few coated mascara on top of that to blend her natural lashes together with strip of the lash. And I'm also gonna put just one coat on the lower lashes.
I never do mascara after I put my lashes on for a couple reasons. Number one, I like to reuse my lashes, and that it makes it a lot harder to reuse them when they're covered in mascara. Number two, I place my lashes where I want them to be, and I feel like once I go in and I start wiggling the mascara wand, the lashes move around. And yeah, like I just want them where I put them. But that's okay.
Brow wax from Fenty. So basically, you just use the wax part and you just draw it on.
So I don't have that brow wax product from Fenty. I'm actually quite intrigued by it. I've seen ads for it, but then I saw someone use it in a video and they said it didn't hold their brows up for very long. So I'm waiting to hear some more reviews before I pick it up. But instead of wax, I'm just gonna use gel.
You just brush it up. I think this looks a lot less complicated than some of the brow product out there. Same thing on the other side. For contour highlight, I'm using the contour highlight palette from Charlotte Tilbury.
I do have that also in my kit. Let me grab that. Mine is not as new and beautiful as his. You literally cannot beat this contour color. It is so amazing.
I'm using this shade just to scope her features, and then the highlight part I'm used on the cheekbone, a little on the nose, and all the high point. You can tell the model to whistle, and you just give them a little sculpted on the cheekbone.
Same brush too.
Same way on the other side. So basically her cheekbone right here, I do right below that. That's exactly where you should do. And same brush, same palette, I do a little bit around the hairline. A little bit around the jaw. I might do a little bit, just very little, around the nose as well. Just to make everything very sculpted. It's not that you need anything, but I think it's the whole idea, the whole concept. I'm just showing you so you can apply the same idea to different face shape, but use your judgment of how much sculpting you're gonna do. Usually I would use the same color of the bronzer as the blush, but I think for this look, I'm gonna give a little color just on the apple of the cheek right here.
So he didn't show the blush that he was using. I'm gonna use this one from Charlotte Tilbury. It's called First Love.
Been using is very, very neutral and muted, so I think this would be a nice touch on it. Same brush that I use for the blush, they have another side, and then I'm using the Charlotte Tilbury highlight. I'm adding a little bit on the cheekbone, a little bit on the nose. Give it go. For the lip, I'm gonna use the same liner that I use on the eye. These liners are from Makeup Forever. They are for both eye and lips. They have multiple colors. You can try them out. I use the same color. I'm doing the outer liner.
I cannot use the same color that I used on my eyes on my lips because I used a lot more of a gray tone. He used a lot more of like a taupey color like he mentioned. So I'm going to use a lip liner that is more on the gray side, but it's just going to be better suited for actually using on the lips. So this is Iconic Nude from Charlotte Tilbury.
A little darker, and I'm going with more a nude lips color. I think would give her a nice sultry look. And what I'm gonna do right now is I just draw the shape of the lip first from the outer, and I use lip brush and I blend it out a little bit before I apply the lipstick.
I don't have a lip brush, so I'll just blend it with my finger.
Hey guys, sorry, my camera died, my other camera, while I was doing my lip liner, which is weird because I charged it for ages before I started filming. But anyways, I just switched cameras so we can finish because we're almost done.
You apply the lipstick.
So he's using Nude Kate from CT, which I don't actually have. I think I did have it at one point, but I don't anymore. So instead of Nude Kate, the closest colors to that would be Penelope Pink or Hepburn Honey. Or I could use a different brand. I think the lipstick that I have that's actually the closest to Nude Kate by Charlotte Tilbury is Pure Zen from MAC. So I'm gonna do this one instead. And you know what? This is a little pinker. Nude Kate is really kind of like beigey brown. So I think I will actually just take a little bit of Hepburn Honey and just mix that in to try and create that Nude Kate kind of look. Yeah, I think those two mixed together are pretty close. He is powdering again, which I don't want to do. I already feel like more matte than I'm used to, but we are gonna follow Hung's tutorial. Hung knows best. So let me just take that same brush that I was using before, and instead of using the loose powder, I'm just gonna use my Airbrush Flawless Finishing Powder just because it's not quite as matte.
To complete the look, I'm gonna finish her face with a little bit of the setting spray from Charlotte Tilbury.
I haven't tried the CT setting spray
So
yet.
guys,
I don't know how it is.
that's the final look. You can use the
I'm gonna
same
use
concept,
Urban
but
Decay.
using colors. The whole idea I'm doing, just sculpted an all neutral tone, and I think it looks incredible on Juju.
You guys, that is the finished look. Let me look and see what I think. I think it's a super simple, really easy tutorial. He made it really easy to follow along, and it's something that I feel like everybody can do. This look is super similar to the Rock Chick look by Charlotte Tilbury, so I have a look very similar to this already up on my channel. I'll link it up here if you want to go check that one out. But yeah, it's just a really classic look, this like cool tone eye with a nude lip. It is very like 90s supermodel, like his video says. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Make sure you check out Hung's channel. It's amazing. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. Don't forget to give it a big thumbs up so that more people can see it too. You can subscribe to my channel if you want to see more from me, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.